All right, so the word today is support. All right, when you hear the word support, what do you think? Support. Anybody? Helping somebody that's needed. What else? Anybody? Okay. Encouraging somebody. All right. Anybody else? All right. So support means standing with others, not just when it's easy, but when it matters most. Whether it's a kind word, helping hand, or just showing up, support can change someone's whole day. We rise higher together. Real strength is built in unity. Support each other any way you can. Yeah? All right, so word today, support. On me. 1, 2, 3. Support! All right, good job. All right, so.
We're going to, I don't know how deep and educational you want to have it or how fun you want to have it. We can, with this smaller group, we can do whatever you want to do. We are what you call a diversified farm. There's tractors in there and my daddy bought it in 1965, the same year I was born. And it's 60 years old, and it was like $900.
Wow.
This tractor, 2008, and it was 30, it don't take but just a little bit to tear up a piece of machinery. I call it a strap, a chain strap. I'm going to do that later. You look at all the junk, but what I purchased yesterday to replace that one up there. Anybody want to take a guess how much that baby cost me yesterday? No. I like the way you think, but it's not quite. It was, yes, sir. More than 2,000. It was 53,000. We did have a storm come through about a month and a half ago, and it blowed a tree down right there, and tree in here, and everything like that. And I got pieces of equipment that parked in here, and I park it in the woods, not for trees to fall on it, but to keep from parking it out in the pasture or something like that to take up space on for the cows to eat the grass. We park it in here, and some of it's old and some of it's not. Here, and this will be a good thing to look. Can you see the difference? Can you see the difference in the bark on this tree and the difference in the bark on that? These are both oak trees. But this is a white oak tree, and that is a red oak tree. And your better lumber comes out of a white oak than it does a red oak. And that is something to, and we have lots of white oaks through here. All right, y'all. Yeah. We'll stop and we'll talk about we used to use, and somebody asked or wanted to know about the apples. We pushed the apple trees up in 2007, but which is grown up right now. But we used to use this lake to irrigate the apple orchard, and the apple orchard was we had enough pipe in the apple orchard to go from here to Roanoke. We had about 12 miles of pipe that we had throughout, but we went out of the apple business because of me and my wife that we farm is about 1,300 acres. It's not all right here. There's about 900 right here, and then there's the farmer only gets what that now I do it every day. Not all day, every day, but and we do. I don't know if you go to the grocery store and you see certified Angus beef. That's what we raise, and we got all the we keep up with the genetics and the shots and everything on those where we can be able to market our cattle with that. I was asking the question a while ago when we were coming up, or the mom and daddy are closely related when you have problems like that, and we try not to. What are you looking at, Robin?
Rocky might think Ava just almost she don't do
That baler. There's no bales of hay. He puts that net wrap, plastic wrap on there, and then instead of putting it in a barn, we can stack this on the outside, and we put a. Come on.
Take a guess. Someone take a guess. What do you think diversified means?
What does diversified mean? That means that I
Listen,
have
guys.
a lot of different. To put it on simple terms, I have a lot of different things to make money. And in which we do greenhouse tomatoes. We have cattle. We have sheep. We have vegetables that we grow in the garden. And this summer that we're doing real good with weeds. So, but we also do hay, and we have forest products. So we have a little bit of all to keep every place that we used to own, and we picked this house up and moved it up here. And this, in the 1920s and the 30s, is how we set it up. They did have electricity back in those days, but it is all of it in here is like it was in the 1920s and 30s and 40s. This is how they heated the house with this stove here, and the old sewing machine, and we'll go into here, or I guess not quite 100 years ago, probably 70 years ago.
And you, they were tired.
All right, and here's the churn. In a minute. There it comes, see? Every 10 minutes, each one of these bags, or right there, gets watered. And this is, we grow what we call greenhouse tomatoes. And somebody asked me a question, why you call it green, why we call it a greenhouse when it's got plastic on it. Because it's called a greenhouse because you can grow it in the winter time and stuff in here will be green. So it is a greenhouse. We grow predominantly tomatoes, and you see some peppers and lemons and everything and more things, but our tomato crop, we put in one seed costs $1.76. One seed does.
How much did one produce?
Huh?
How much would one produce?
A bunch. I mean, I don't mean to be ugly, but these plants, when she asked a question, the tomato is the seeds are very expensive, but they produce a lot. This is a greenhouse tomato. It's not, you can't go to the wall. You can see the difference there. This is an old variety called Trust, which is, both of them are a beefsteak tomato, but that's the Trust, and these right here are can't remember the name, but why? Because another good question. This young lady right here has lots of good questions. Ask me why a pool noodle is there. Is that when the plants are so long, and I don't know if you can see this, but some of these plants, when we plant them in September, and then we start growing, and that 70, is about 35 feet. That one plant. So.
Ain't that one down there ready?
Huh? It's just about ready. But we do have cherry tomatoes too, and they're good. You like tomato?
Miami he plants
Huh?
cherries.
But
What all do you have in here besides tomatoes?
just, well, my wife likes peppers, and so we got a few peppers in it. But it is all on a computer, and the watering system, the fertilizer system, everything is over there. And the reason, those are lemons. They'll turn yellow before it's over with. But and next week we're gonna